Namaste students, welcome to our social class and we are doing block 19. The name of the block is Timelines and Sources of History. Right, in the previous teaching video, we learnt about the S1 and S2 sequence of events and the other worksheet. In today's class, we'll be learning Sources of History. Sources of History. Tell me students, what are the things that tell about our past? There are many things that tell about our past, okay, of people who lived long back. How they ruled, what kind of clothes they wore, what kind of transport did they use. What are the things that tell us about the past? There are many things and we'll discuss about like coins, the coins that were issued in those times by the rulers, the kings, like how we use the currency notes today. Coins were issued and pictures were there, buildings were built. Looking at these, we can understand their style, their architecture and the people, how they lived. Okay, the pictures, the books, the buildings, the coins tell us a lot about this. In today's class, we'll be learning about the sources of history. What are they? The two kind of sources that tell about our history are the primary sources and the secondary sources. Okay, primary sources and secondary sources. These are the two kinds of sources from which we can learn about our history. They tell us about our history or they tell us about our past. What are primary sources? Primary sources are the things that belong to a particular time, okay, that belong to the history. These things were used by the people in the ancient times, in the past, like the coins that were used in those times, or the pottery, or the vessels, or the metals that were used. These are called as primary sources. So we can study these primary sources to learn about the people in those times. Okay, and there are secondary sources. Secondary sources are created by people. Okay, after looking at the primary sources, after learning about the primary sources, people have written in books the history of people. They have written in the books like these people lived like this and all. So these are called secondary sources. Okay, coins and the vessels used by the people, the buildings, all these are primary sources. Secondary sources are the books written about these people. Okay, and is there any other way that we can know about the past? Any other way that we can know about the past, how people lived? Yes, we can talk to people. We can talk to people about their great grandfathers or what they think about the past, and we can take the information. Right now, let us do the worksheet S1. Open to Sources of History worksheet. Right? Open your workbook to page number 17. In page number 17, you have this worksheet. Okay, Sources of History. You have this worksheet. Now, I will read the questions for you. First question. They gave you one empty big box. Okay, there is a big rectangle here. In that box, you have to draw something. What should you draw? Draw one thing that can tell people in future about you and your life. You should draw here something, okay, about you. This should tell about you to the future people in the future. Okay, about your life and about you. You draw something so that people in future can understand about you. So what will you draw there? You can draw one photograph of yours. Okay, photo frame you can draw here. In this box you can draw the photo frame and your picture there. Okay, how you are. Okay, whether you have a side graph, okay, side hairstyle or two plaits or anything, whatever your photo you can draw here. Okay, looking at the photo, people in future, they can learn about you. How we are learning about people of the past by the pictures and the coins, like that people can know about you. So in this box you should draw one photograph of yours. Okay, first question is draw your photograph. So that photograph will tell about you in future. Then second question, look at the pictures. There are from the same time and same place. Write two things that you can guess about the life of the people in these pictures. Two pictures are given in the second question. One picture is a very big elephant, a beautiful elephant under a tree, and a person is on the elephant. And in the second picture we can see that there are some women here sitting here. Some ladies are sitting and they are watching a dance program. There is a performance, okay, dance performance, singing and dancing, and we can also see that one lady is playing the dholak, okay, a musical instrument. So after looking at these two pictures, what can you know about them? What can you tell about these people? Both the pictures are from the same time. So what can you say about these people? Two sentences they gave, two lines they gave. You have to write at least 2 points. In the first sentence you write, in those times elephants were used for transport. And in war times, okay, in those times, okay, elephants were used for transport and also in waging wars, okay. Then second point, what will you write about second picture? Women loved music a lot. They even performed, and some of the ladies, they even played some instruments, musical instruments, that you can write, okay. Then third question, what is another source that can tell you more about the people in a place above? Give reasons, okay. Here we have pictures. We are looking at the photographs, we are looking at the pictures, and we are telling about these people. Now the third question is, can you tell anything else which can help us to know about these people? Apart from pictures, okay, pictures, photographs are there. Is there any other thing which will tell about these people? Yes, you can learn about these people from the books. So you can write, books tell us about the history, the story of these people, how they lived. Okay, that was S3 students. So once again I'll remind you what you are going to do in S3 sources of history. First question, they are asking you to draw one thing that can tell people in future about you. So you can draw your photograph. So see, I am there. If I draw my photograph here, after some years, maybe some 50 years or 100 years, people will look at the photograph and they'll think, oh, there was some lady, okay, like this, she was wearing specs, like that. You can draw your picture here, okay. Then there is a picture of elephant, and there are some women here, some ladies here watching the dance program. So you can write that elephants were used for traveling, transport and wars, and even ladies also, they were great lovers of music. They enjoyed the performances. Some of the ladies even played musical instruments, that you can write. And the third one is there any other source which can tell about these people apart from pictures? You can write books. Books help us a lot to know about the people and all the ways how they live. Okay, that was S3. Now S4. Okay, that is why study history. This is page number 18. Why study history? This is page number 18. Right? Open to this page. Now we are doing S4. In this part of the lesson, we will be learning about what are the things that history tells us. Okay, what are the two things that history tells us? Okay, we'll learn from the board. History tells us about, okay, history tells us about, first one, how things were in different times. How were the things in different times? History tells us. Second thing, how they are connected to our life. Okay, how they are connected to our today's life, it tells us. Okay, what are the two things that history tells us? It tells us about the different things. Okay, how things were in different times. How things were in the different times. And the second one is how they are connected to our life. Okay, these are the two things. Now let us do the worksheet. This is page number 18. This is the worksheet. Okay. Open this. First question, put the date. Okay, put the date. Why study history? What are the two things that history can tell us about the past? This is the first question. You can write this answer. History tells us about how things were in different times, how they are connected to our life. Okay. First answer is on the board. Okay. How things were in different times, how they are connected to our life. Okay. Then in second question, you can look at the picture of a telephone. That is a old model telephone. Okay. And in this B picture, you can see a wooden cycle there. A cycle, two-wheeler. In the third picture, C picture, you can see a comb here. Comb, you comb your hair, no? So, what is the question now? Each of these things was made in the past. These things were made in past, long years back. Write one way in which they could be connected to your life. The first one is an example. Okay, how these pictures are connected to our life, we should write. Looking at the first example, for telephone, they have here written the answer. Looking at that, you can write about cycle as well as comb. So, what did they write for telephone? We still use telephones to talk to people. Telephones also help changing, and we now have mobile phones too. Okay, they wrote about the previous, in the past, how the telephones were useful, and in the present days, what kind of phones are we using, they wrote. Now, if for the picture B, that is a cycle, you can write, in ancient times, people depended a lot on cycles. There were more cycles people were riding more cycles in the past, but in the present days, the other kind of two-wheelers like scooters, bikes, people are riding, even cars they are using for transport. Then the C1 is a comb. Okay. So you can write even today also. For C1 you can write even today people are using combs to clean their hair or style their hair. Okay. That you can write. Now let us do the third one. Look at the pictures B and C. Look at the pictures B and C. What do you find there? One cycle and one comb. What materials do you think people use to make these things? Do we still use these materials to make things? So, they're asking you with what material did they make the cycle and the comb? Okay, if you look at the cycle, we can easily make out that the cycle was made out of wood. Wood. Okay. So, you write the cycle is made out of wood, but in present days, the cycle is made with metal. Okay. And look at the comb. About comb also, you should write one sentence. This comb is made with ivory. Okay, ivory. The present day combs are made mostly with plastic. That's all. It is as easy as that. S for finished. Right, students? And do write your writing should be very neat and proper. Read the lesson properly. Question answers I'll be sending. You read the lesson twice and underline important points. That's all for today, students. Bye-bye.